Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Happy to have you here today as always. Thanks so much. Today is the Friday review on the Cabral concept each and every Friday. Love being able to bring you a couple of research studies. Today, one horrible research study that I want you to be aware of so that you can protect yourself, your family from this. A really important one as to a missing nutrient, specifically a mineral that almost nobody talks about, and its contributing factor in cardiovascular disease. We'll talk about a brand new book to review, one on cooking, or I shouldn't say cooking, actually very far from it, creating one of the most nutritious foods on the planet. Anybody can do this right at home. I'll be talking about a brand new product review. Can't wait to bring these to you. A little recap for the week, and always we get started with our updates, which is exactly where we'll start here today. So really, it's been a wild couple of weeks. Just got back for the summer, headed up to Maine, being able to enjoy, well, what was lots of rainy weather, to be honest with you. It was rainy, gray almost every day. It seems to have turned now, which is great. Got to celebrate the holiday just, about 10 days or so, a week ago. And now it really feels like we're in that back half of the year. You know, summer is finally here, at least here in New England, getting able to catch up with a bunch of friends, family, colleagues. I'm going to have some teammates in town in just a couple of weeks from now as well. So for me, it's focused on enjoying this moment in time, which is, the summer. And again, if you're a New Englander, it doesn't last that long. We've got another 6 weeks or so, maybe 8 if we're lucky of summer, but then it's back to that fall-based season, back to school, back to the routine. So the big thing that we're working on right now as a team for both the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute as well as EquiLife is getting set up for our Reimagining Health Summit. This is the fall event that if you haven't heard about, I would love you to check out. It's called reimagininghealthevent.com. If you go there, you're going to see all the different speakers. You're going to see about the different exhibitors, and we are literally locking down right now the last 1 or 2 speakers. We have 16 total talks. Absolutely amazing. They're going to be Q&A, live, interactive. We have a ton of exhibitors on 2 floors, which is going to be incredible. 20 different exhibitors or tables, and it's going to be about 250 to 300 of IHPs and general population from EquiLife and from our podcast-based community. That means you're going to get to hear the latest on wellness-based protocols from 16 different talks, different perspectives, TED-style talks, plus Q&A with the speakers at the end, and all the different exhibitors. So you're going to get to try out all the healthy biohacking and much more, and get to meet so many people from the community. I can't recommend it enough. Check out reimagininghealthevent.com and reserve your ticket plus your special room rate today. All right, check that out. And over at EquiLife, if you didn't already know, every July, we basically do, the holidays in July. Twice a year, we do a semi-annual sale, and that's it. So we already give you the best possible product on all functional medicine-based products, and there's over 100 at stephencabral.com/shop. That'll send you right over to the EquiLife store. And what you'll be able to find is big discounts this week on at-home lab testing, wellness-based protocols, as well as your everyday favorites. Save up to 30% off by heading on over to stephencabral.com/shop, plus pop-up flash sales. Don't miss it. All right, head on over. Now let's go over the podcast recap for the week. This Monday's show is episode 2712, and that was how to make change easier. We all have parts of our life that we want to improve, that we want to get better, that we believe that we have more potential, and even if we don't always believe that we have more potential, we see that it's not working for us. Check out that show as to how to make it easier to make change. On Tuesday's show, we went over how to stop your brain from shrinking as you age and the Alzheimer's and dementia-based prevention. We went on Wednesday, the best time of the day to drink water, so check that out. And then yesterday's show was a 100-year-old theory on how to slow aging rediscovered. Check that out, how to enjoy energy all for literally every year of your life. That is part of the theory. You have to check it out, not to overuse it, not to underdo it. How do you find that balance? Yesterday's show describes all that. All podcasts are available and easily searched at stephencabral.com patreon.com/podcasts. All right, product review of the week. I've been waiting to share this one with you. I've actually been using it now for about 6 weeks. They come in these beautiful cork-based eyeglass containers. I guess that's a good way to put it. It's a container for glasses. And the company's name is VivaRays. All right, let me share this with you. A lot of people thought it was strange that I was sharing this on social media. And the reason they thought it was strange is because on EquiLife, we actually have blue blockers on the website, blue light blocking glasses. But the truth is this, is that I always recommend the absolute best products in category. What does that mean? I mean that if there's a great water, like Mountain Valley, I recommend the water. If there's a great water filter, I recommend that, air filter. And these, without a doubt, are the best blue light blocking glasses. I'm gonna share with you why in a moment. Okay, so it's degrees of blue light blocking. So basically, when you wake up in the morning, you actually want blue light. It helps to restore normal cortisol levels. It wakes you up. It gets normal levels of norepinephrine, the energy-based neurotransmitter, helps with norepinephrine, gets the metabolism going, and so much more. But then when you're working in front of a computer like I am, or you've got lights on you, you want to block out some of that artificial light, especially if you're in an office building as well and you have fluorescent light that's terrible for you. So you can wear a pair of light yellow blue blocking lenses, which doesn't block out all the blue light, but enough junk light, artificial light, to help protect not only your own internal neurotransmitters and hormones, but also your eyes as well. Now, now a lot of companies do this, right? We have blue blockers like this as well. So what allows VivaRays to be best in class? Here's what. If you're watching this on video, you get to see me do it. If you're listening over audio, I'll share with you. They have a magnetic clip-on for the lower level blue light blocker. So when you get home at night, you want to block out additional blue light as the sun is setting around 5, 6, 7 o'clock, whatever time it might be. All you do is snap these right on. And these are super lightweight. I have the lightweight bamboo, the wood ones on right now. And what this does is it now enables me to block out almost all of the blue light. Absolutely fantastic, super light to wear, even with the magnetic clip-on because they're very light wood. And that, again, allows me to now allow cortisol levels to fall and get me into the more of that nighttime calm parasympathetic mode. But there's one more piece to this that no other company has done before, and that is an additional lens. So you can actually pop it on the second lens, or I just take this right off, and I pop on the red lenses. Now, the red lenses are gonna block out almost all, 99+% of blue light. You put these on just 20 minutes, a half hour or so before going to bed. This is going to really allow cortisol levels to plummet, melatonin levels to rise for you to get your maximum amount of deep sleep and REM sleep overnight. So I keep these beside the bed. So the easiest thing to do is literally, you can pop these on, read a book in bed, or when you're getting ready at night, brushing your teeth, whatever it might be, just part of your routine. Very simple to use. And if you need to get up during the middle of night to use the bathroom and there's light, you could just keep these beside your bed, pop them on, they weigh almost nothing, and then as you get into bed, close your eyes, take them right off, and that won't allow then for the cortisol levels to start to rise when they see artificial light when you wake up in the middle of the night. Super easy to use, super lightweight. I think they look great. I'm sure they'll look better, even better on you. And I'm gonna link up today the discount code that we have with VivaRays, because again, if I've been using a product for over a month and I consistently use it and I like it, I reach out to the company and I get, as best as I can, a discount code for you. So what I'm gonna do is have you head on over to, and I'm gonna take off the red lights right now. Let's see, StephenCabral.com/2716. StephenCabral.com/2716. We're going to give you the link plus the discount code to be able to save over at VivaRays. And if I can find it really quick, then I will actually give you the discount code right now. And we shall see from the team if it's there. All right, VivaRays. And the code is Cabral, my last name, and it looks like it's 10% off. Could be more. What I want to do is have you head on over to StephenCabral.com/2716. I'll give you the link. I'll give you the discount code, and you will be good to go. I'm telling you right now, game changer, easy to use, easily best in class right now. All right. And I'll show you, again, these are the ones that I recommend. They have the 3 lenses, easy to use, right? They can pop right on. So I have these at home. And there's also another pair, which I think are quite stylish. These are the ones I keep at work. And this is what I wear at my computer. And these are just the clear lenses. Again, these are super lightweight. These are just plastic or polymer, I believe. I can keep these at work. The other ones I keep at home because I really like the red light-based lens and the moderate one, the middle one as well. But again, you might not be as much of a deep diver as me and just say, oh, I need a pair at work, I need a pair here. I'm all about simplicity, never having to think. I come to work, I do my work, I leave my work, I go home, my family, I have my whole evening routine, but I think that they're fantastic. So I'm actually gonna wear these. You've seen me wear these before in the show. Big fan. All right, let's go over now the book review of the week, because I always love bringing you, what am I reading right now? Well, for the summer, I wanted to do some fun things. I had a bunch of books, and I always have a stack. I probably have 12 to 15 books that I haven't read. They're always in a stack at my office, and I say, all right, what book is next? So I picked one of those books out. This was recommended to me. It's called The Sprout Book, Tap into the Power of the Planet's Most Nutritious Food. This is by Doug Evans, foreword by Joel Furman. So my wife and I, plant a small garden every single summer at the beginning of the summer, and it's with little starters. Now, this year, we still do that. So we've got basil for pesto. We have mint that we use in different types of drinks and food. We grow different types of lettuce, tomatoes, all sorts of different things, peppers. And one thing that I want to start to get more into, because I buy sprouts, but I don't always make them. And they're so easy to make. So I actually bought this book right when my daughter was she was in the science fair last year. And her science fair project was actually what allows sprouts to go faster in soil or just water. So hydroponic or soil. And what she found was actually very interesting. They actually seem to grow taller, but not as bright green in the water, but they were more hardy with more color and more robust in the soil. And if we were to do analysis, I bet you would find that the soil actually added more nutrients, micronutrients, not macros, but micronutrients to that. Anyway, so I've been into sprouts for some time. They truly are superfoods. Like, they have a lot of nutrition in them. So I wanted to learn, how can I start just creating easy sprouts? It's literally just soaking them, putting them in a little soil, and they sprout within days to maximum week or so. And then you add them to any of your dishes. Like, you literally just cut them and you put them into your dinner at night, like your dinner dish. It's super easy to do. Anybody can grow them in a windowsill, literally. And that's what Doug Evans teaches you. Great book if you're interested in creating your own sprouts, which I highly recommend you look into. And you can choose any type you want, not just like the normal alfalfa sprouts. I'm gonna bring you the sprouts that I'm doing some new sprouting with next week. So stay tuned for next week's Friday review, and I'll actually show you the sprouts that I bought that I'm sprouting with, all right? So check it out. Again, the book is called The Sprout Book by Doug Evans. This is basically your go-to on all things sprouting, and I'll link that up today as well at 2716. All right, I never like to end on a low note, ever. It should be positive, especially going into the weekend if you're listening to this on a Friday. So I'm gonna bring you the bad research first, and I'm not going to name the doctor and author's name of this, all right? But it was published in Neurology, if you want to look it up. It was done on 448 adults, and it was done on Restless Leg Syndrome. And this doctor is actually recommending to the medical-based industry, of course not the natural health, that opioids like methadone and oxycodone be prescribed for restless leg syndrome. And they found that over 2 years, 60%, only 60%, maintained or reduced their opioid usage. Well, that's not so great. So what we've done is taken people with restless leg syndrome and put them on one of the most addictive drugs in the world. There's entire documentaries created on the opioid crisis that was essentially ushered in 10, 15 years ago or so. This is 20 years. This is conventional medicine at its worst, honestly. Restless leg syndrome always has an underlying root cause imbalance. We see, it's not the only thing, but we see so often in our practice, vitamin and mineral deficiencies, high levels of inflammation, sedentary lifestyle, using things like simple magnesium can work wonders, right? And all of a sudden, instead of that, again, what conventional medicine sometimes does, they use a sledgehammer to knock in a little thumbtack, right? Like it's like, okay, well, we have opioids. These people are in somewhat of pain with the restless leg syndrome. Let's give them one of the most powerful opioids, most powerful drugs on the planet, which is also addictive. And 2 years later, 60% of people either maintain their dosage, meaning they just didn't go higher, or they were able to reduce it. Okay, well, 40% of the people weren't able to even reduce it, and many people still stayed on the drug. I don't think that this is very good root cause medicine at all. I don't think that this is very healthy. And if you have a parent, grandparent, or even yourself that's on opioids, certainly for me, I'd be looking at the root cause. That is what I believe to be, really science at its worst. Not good. Even though it works, doesn't mean we should do it, right? Not ideal. Okay, so let's move on to something a little better, right? And let's see here. Let me pull up the link for you. This is out of written up by Robert Lamberton. It says in today's Practitioner for Advancing Integrative Care, it says copper deficiency may be a major contributing factor to cardiovascular disease. And so what it talks about is specific enzymes in the body called cuproenzymes, and they're dependent on copper to function. Now, it's very interesting. Tyronase is one of these, and when you look at them, you start to say, oh, all of these are operating individually. We need to add more like tyronase or melanin or all these specific things that could be used in the body. But oftentimes what we need to look at is what are the vitamins and minerals, what I call the deficiencies that the body creates over time. It doesn't necessarily create them, it's just it uses them up. As we get older and older, we use up our reserves. And so here's some common examples of people feeling or symptoms of low copper. Now, they very much mimic low B vitamins like B12 or anemia, so just keep that in mind because copper can also be an issue with low iron or anemia because copper helps with that iron recycling as well. So if you're always feeling cold, poor circulation, you have feeling weak or brittle base bones, bruising easily, wounds not recovering as well, brain fog, fatigue, getting sick easily or more frequently, paler skin, skin sores, again, that goes back to the wound healing, skin inflammation or rashes, poor growth, or unexplained muscle soreness. These could all be symptoms of low copper. I've talked about this before on the podcast. Honestly, the easiest lab to run is the minerals and metals test. I know for sure, I don't know the price right now, but I know that there's a tremendous discount on that. You can get it with your local naturopathic doctor. You can get it with an integrative health practitioner level 2, or you can work with us. It's totally up to you. I just want you to know that it's easily available. Couple snips of hair and you can find out your copper level. So I'll link that up today as well, the minerals and metals test at episode 2716. But here's what they found, that this is in hematology. A discovery of cardiovascular disease from copper deficiency has been known now for more than a decade. Anatomical studies of several species of deficient animals revealed aortic fissures, ruptures, arterial foam cells, smooth muscle migration, cardiac alignment or enlargement, and ruptures, coronary artery thrombosis, and myocardial infarction can all be due to copper-based deficiencies. So what happens is there can be imbalances in cholesterol, in the plasma of the blood, the abnormality in the size of the heart, and even how the heart beats with insufficient beating of the heart shown on electrocardiograms. Plus, you need copper to improve glucose function, which provides energy to the mitochondria and the cells and tissues of the body. So I just want you to know, again, copper is widely overlooked, and the more zinc that you supplement with, believe it or not, the more copper you need. Because although zinc is an amazing mineral, and I highly recommend it, the problem is if you're not supplementing them with any copper, you end up becoming more deficient in copper. And the reason is simple. Zinc and copper are antagonists to each other. The more zinc you put in your body, the more it drives down copper. The more copper you put in your body, the more it drives down zinc, which is why in integrative health, bioregulatory medicine, we know that there's a proper ratio. The proper ratio is about a 15-to-1 from zinc to copper. A product like Balanced Zinc, which I can't link up, formulated by EquiLife, has that perfect balance. Now, again, do you need it? You may or may not. The proper balance is in the daily activated multi, it's in the daily nutritional support, but if you need extra, you know that you can get it through a product like Balanced Zinc, which is super cheap, by the way, like very inexpensive. It might be like 50 cents a day or so. It's not very expensive. Now, the other thing is that if you have high zinc, well, you know that you may need to use a little bit more copper, right? You can get that from food, you can get it from nutritional supplements. Or if copper's high, you know to supplement with a little bit more zinc, which will help push down the copper a bit. Extremely important when looking at allergies and learning disabilities and skin rashes and even things like bedwetting in children. So again, test the kids, simple hair test, test adults. I will link up the lab test today at stephencabral.com/2716. But always remember, you can also run this with an integrative health practitioner, level 2, or your local naturopathic doctor if they specialize in that minerals and metals test. Hopefully this was helpful. Again, it always goes back to foundational-based nutrition, good whole food, a little bit of low-level nutritional supplements just to fill up those bases, and you should be good to go. Hopefully this was helpful. The VivaRays will be linked up today at stephencabral.com/2716, along with the book review, along with the research. Take care, everybody. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll be back tomorrow with our Cabral House Calls answering our community's questions. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything. Functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.